Heathmont, 1976. Welcome to my nightmare. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong. It was a sleepy Sunday afternoon in Heathmont sometime in 1976 when I disappeared down the rabbit hole of Alice Cooper's dark and twisted nightmare. All appeared, on the surface at least, to be well with the world. The sun was shining, the birds were singing, and the smell of freshly mown grass hung heavy in the air. My best friend Mark and I were skateboarding up and down the driveway of his house, trying not to hit his corgis, Bridie and Princess, when I became aware of a noise emanating from the open window of Mark's older brother's bedroom. It was music, yes, but not like any I'd heard before. It was full of doom and discord and menace, and instead of singing, just a creepy monologue praising the lethal power of the Black Widow spider. And here, my prize, the Black Widow. Isn't she lovely and so deadly? Her kiss is 15 times as poisonous as that of the rattlesnake. You see, her venom is highly neurotoxic, which is to say that it attacks the central nervous system, causing intense pain, profuse sweating, difficulty in breathing, loss of consciousness, violent convulsions, and finally, death. You know, what I think I love the most about her is her inborn need to dominate, possess. In fact, immediately after the consummation of her marriage to the smaller and weaker male of the species, she kills and eats him. Oh, she is delicious. And I hope he was. Such power and dignity, unhampered by sentiment. If I may put forward a slice of personal philosophy, I feel that man has ruled this world as a stumbling, demented child king long enough. And as his empire crumbles, my precious Black Widow shall rise as his most fitting successor. These words he speaks are true. We're all humanary stew if we don't pledge allegiance to the Black Widow. The horror that he brings, the horror of his sting, the unholiest of kings, the Black Widow. Our minds will be his toys, and every girl and boy will learn to be employed. The Black Widow. Devil's Food and the Black Widow are the perfect fusion of comic book, horror film, and rock and roll. And if you're the right type of impressionable 14-year-old, raised on a diet of urban myth, lurid science fiction, and B-grade horror, there's no coming back from a moment like that. You just can't, you won't, and neither me or Mark didn't. We ditched our skateboards and spent every day of the rest of those school holidays sitting in his darkened living room with the blinds closed, drinking Coke and smoking Marlboro cigarettes, blowing it up the chimney so his parents wouldn't smell it when they got home, immersed in the dark nightmare of his brother's extensive collection of Alice Cooper records. We listened to all the classics. We memorized them: Killer, Billion Dollar Babies, School's Out, and Muscle of Love. Songs about teenage nihilism, mental illness, black juju voodoo, and getting it on with dead people. What was not to like? Our favourite was his 1971 album, Love It to Death. The cover featured Cooper wearing a dress posed with his thumb protruding from the front, so it appeared to be his penis. Now this was music and an album cover that 14-year-old freaks like us could really get behind. Back at school, we formed a deviant society in honour of our new hero, and we even managed to convince 2 other friends to join up. We pricked our thumbs with a compass in maths class, and we mingled the blood, and we swore that from now on we would devote ourselves to the dark side. Did we commune with the spirits of the undead by means of a Ouija board? Well, no, we didn't have one. Did we go down to the crossroads and sell our souls to Satan in exchange for the ability to play guitar, as well as Glenn Buxton, Neil Bruce and Dennis Dunaway? No, of course not. We weren't allowed out after 9 p.m. But did we conduct wild satanic orgies that culminated in a blood sacrifice on nights of full moons? Well, no, we all went to a boys' school. None of us even knew any girls, let alone ever had a girlfriend. So the likelihood of us being able to organise a satanic sex orgy seemed a little ambitious, to say the least. But every Friday the 13th, we did make a point of sitting up to watch the all-night horror movie marathons on Channel O, hosted by Deadly Ernest. And I did carry a dead bird's leg around in my lunchbox for a full term before my mother discovered it and made me throw it out. I don't really see what the problem was. I mean, it was not unhygienic. It was wrapped in Glad wrap. Anyway, these days I've mostly given up carrying dead things around in my lunchbox, but I'll always remember that sleepy Sunday afternoon when the gates of hell opened in Heathmont. Alice was right. I did like his nightmare, and I felt like I belonged. I kiss her tears off from your chest. I felt the poison fright that's in your breath. I knew your precious life, and I know your death. I squeeze love out of your soul, all the precious love that's in your soul. You're just another spirit on parole. You are